Hailey needs our help.
Hailey
sent us a DM and said, "Hey, Brown Bag, I need your help.
Hola.
I'm having issues with my husband's family. This past weekend, my husband and I took our oldest son to Universal Studios to celebrate his birthday.
Nice.
But it also happened to be my mother-in-law's bridal shower day. Still, it being my mother-in-law's bridal shower day, they said they would watch our baby so we can make the day about our oldest son.
Oh, it's nice of them.
When we got home, we were surprised to see our 11-month-old baby in a gag t-shirt that said he was a stripper.
That's what that means?
No.
Like, gag is like funny?
No, it's
No,
like a
it's
gag
like
gift.
a
Like,
gag gift.
Oh, okay, got it.
Like the gift was funny, like, but kind of maybe explicitly funny or like.
Got it.
Oh, that's what
It
gag
made with the
shirts are.
intention
Okay.
to like make a joke on somebody. Yeah.
Got it.
So she said, immediately I was upset. I didn't like that they put this on our baby, and I didn't find it funny.
Like they probably got it at Spencer's or.
For
but
sure.
not-
That's what they got it.
Yeah.
They didn't get that at the Gap.
Yeah.
No, definitely.
She said, I came to find out it was my husband's aunt that put it on our baby. Me and his aunt are close, but this week I noticed she was ignoring me and not responding to me. So when I learned she was the one behind putting the baby in this, I reached out to her. With my husband's permission, I texted her my concerns, asking why she didn't reach out and ask us for permission to put our baby in a shirt that said our baby was a stripper.
Okay, HR.
She said, I told her I found it disrespectful and I thought we were close enough that she could have asked. She responded by going off, bringing irrelevant stuff about family drama I've had in the past and didn't take any accountability. The text ended badly, and she followed by blocking me and then went on to tell my husband's family I threatened her. I feel like she did.
Probably.
She said, now my husband's family is trying to turn everyone against me, and I don't even know what to do if I should go to my husband's mom's wedding coming up, considering his aunt is going to be the maid of honor. Please help me out, Brown Bag.
Wow. Oh, Hailey.
Hailey
sounds a little sensitive.
Well, I mean, and also
Hailey sounds a little crazy.
she mentioned that she was ignoring her, right?
The
like,
tia.
The
The-
tia.
yeah.
The week before.
The week
She
before.
probably already knew she was going to do this.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So either that or she has heard something like where she's like talking smack or something.
Yeah.
Because it's like you don't feel like that for no reason.
I guess it's less, well, maybe, I don't know. I can't speak for her.
Yeah.
I guess it's just not being notified of what was going down.
Yeah.
The shirt?
I think that was
It
the
was,
point.
it was just a funny thing.
No, I get like why the, no.
I think that was the
let,
point.
if you leave your kid at your sister's and
Mhm.
then you go back and then they have like a weird shirt on him
Mhm.
for their entertainment, it would trip you out a little bit. At least like, bro, you shouldn't let me know that you put, I don't know,
What if-
Tweedledum
No, yeah,
on
but
him.
that would I wouldn't agree with it. But I'm saying that was the whole like gag.
Oh, the intention
was
to do
to
this
look at her
to-
face while they had the
put
shirt
her
on.
on.
Yeah,
got you.
It's called
Yeah.
a joke. Like,
Yeah.
it's making, like, fun. Just having funny, like...
Yeah, no, you're totally right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's when it's your kid though.
I
It's
think
a little
Oh, of course.
different.
it's also
very different.
you know who you can do jokes on
Yeah.
and who you can't.
And
Yeah.
Like you when you do a joke, like you know, like all right, this dude might get mad,
Yeah.
or this person they're gonna find this so funny. This is gonna be great,
and
right?
that's why they're ignoring her now, because they're just
They
like...
ignored her before.
Yeah, before the
But I feel
gag
like
t-shirt.
now that they blocked her and stuff, they're like, all right, we clearly can't joke with her. She's soft. She's
Yeah.
sensitive.
Yeah.
Like, we're just
This
gonna...
lady doesn't seem like she was someone to play with in the first place.
Haley?
Haley?
Haley,
Yeah.
no, it didn't seem like that. So I don't know. Like those people aren't even that fun to joke with.
And maybe that's what the shirt's for. The shirt's like, hey, like, lighten up a little bit.
Oh.
Maybe laugh.
Yeah,
But
but
now
that's
with the
not on you, dog.
baby-
Not with my kid.
It's a little kid.
Nah, it's
like,
it's my kid.
Question:
Like it's my child.
Does it make a difference if because right here it says like he was a stripper, right? Does it make a difference if it's a boy wearing the shirt versus a girl
I guess
wearing
that's
a
a
shirt?
you guys question.
Like
'cause it
it's
seems to be a
saying like
double standard.
being a stripper. Like if it's a dude, like does that make a difference?
I guess if it was like my son, it would be a little funnier
Right.
as opposed to if it was
Because that's how I feel.
if it was a girl, I would probably like my baby girl. Like don't even bring no energy like this. To my
Exactly.
baby girl.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I don't think I would find it funny at all.
Yeah. I mean, I
Feels
feel like
like-
for sure it's a double standard, but I feel like I feel the same way. If it's like a girl, be like, nah, that ain't cool. And if it's a boy, it's like, you guys are funny.
Like if they
Yeah.
put like Chippendale, like
Right.
for like my son was like, 7 months old and he's just really fat, and then it says like Chippendale's dancer.
Yeah.
I'm gonna find it funny. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
yeah, it's
I'm
a
not
joke.
gonna go to like stripper, but if it says like, if it's my 7-month-old daughter and it says stripper, I'm like, oh hell no. Like,
Yeah.
somebody like
says
it was a girl. All right, babe, get the gloves. Like,
yeah.
you're gonna,
Says future stripper on it.
yeah, it's not
Yeah,
funny.
that-
That's
oh,
not funny.
Yeah.
Right.
No, it's
and so
up.
on her end,
Yeah.
she's like, I just thought it was insensitive just to not let me in on it, and especially if I know you.
Yeah.
And we seem to be close.
Yeah.
And I guess just the whole part of it in general. Whether it be because it's a girl or because it's a boy, that's up to the parents' discretion.
100%.
Like
100%.
I can't speak for them. However, I know that I used to definitely pick up my niece Brooklyn, and I used to put her in little onesies of like what's that the aliens from Toy Story and Donald Duck and like anything. Like I would just randomly on a May day,
Yeah.
I would
Change
get her
her fit.
Halloween costumes.
Yeah.
Just to look at her, be cute, and like. But so I don't know if my sister liked it or not, but I know like I would do that for my own entertainment purposes and because she looked really cute.
And did you ever?
That's pretty funny.
Was there ever a moment where you would take her back to your sister in that outfit just
Yeah.
to see your sister's reaction?
Well, my mom would be having her, so I would take her and take photos, but I wouldn't be like, this is to see how Monica takes it.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah,
so-
just be like,
Just
this
for
is
yours.
because she's so cute.
I think
Yeah.
that's the difference
And
because
she's
you.
a little butterball.
I think that's the difference because you did it for you, for you to be like, oh, I'm playing dress up with my niece,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Because
dress up.
Because I never had a daughter.
Yeah, so it's good. It's good intentions behind it. It wasn't like a gotcha moment to
Right.
your
Yeah.
sister.
This
And
seems more the intention is a little
For
bit
sure.
That's what I
different. What's
think
messing
that
with her.
hitting her up would have defeated the whole purpose of them putting the shirt on the kid. 'Cause
Yeah.
it
But
would've
then
been
that
like,
should let her know I shouldn't mess with them, right?
No, it's
no, it was like their whole intention. Not saying it was right, but it was
Yeah.
like their whole intention was to get her upset or
Her
laugh.
or the dad, right? Because this is
Yeah.
the dad's family.
Yeah.
It is.
Or I mean, there's still a possibility that they thought it was funny and they didn't think it was gonna be this serious.
big of a
Yeah.
deal.
Yeah, and it just turned out more serious than it had to be, and then it turned into this bigger situation where now
Yeah.
they're like,
Yeah.
"Oh,
The
we can't joke
wedding.
with her." Like,
Right.
Yeah, and that's
'Cause
what
if
I'm
y'all
saying.
pull up to my party and I have Lil Max and Little Vic in stripper shirts,
Tripping
That'd be
y'all
pretty
are,
funny.
y'all are totally gonna be like, this is great.
At this age, no, that wouldn't be funny. I would
So,
be
well,
like,
but why?
You
It's a
wouldn't
gag
think it's
gift.
funny?
Yeah, it's funny. It's a gag shirt.
no, I
There's,
wouldn't like it.
there's
What
gags.
about Lil
like,
Max?
I might laugh.
And if Daniela was like, why are you letting them? You're gonna be
Yeah,
like, just
it'd be
chill,
different.
girl, just chill.
There's literally
Yeah,
shirts
it might
that
be
say
different for
like,
sure.
Yeah.
Then I have to switch up.
Then you have to switch your sides. Yeah, you gotta understand at that
I'll
point.
be like,
she's
"Oh
coming
man,
from."
why they put the shirt on?"
Yeah, it's just like different countries with their laws, dog. Like you gotta, it's each to their own. And I
100
guess
yeah,
within this
100%.
couple, like depending on what they think is good and what they think is not.
Yeah.
And I guess her saying with my husband's permission, I hit her up. Seemingly that they kind of agreed on that. Hey, this might not have been cool. He probably like, bro, I'm not gonna hit on my aunt, but you can.
Yeah.
And maybe she tried to go. Well, look, she's on the line.
She's on
Let
the
me
line.
not speak for her. Haley,
Haley.
don't make a joke. Shit.
Haley, as you're listening,
laughing.
did we get it wrong? Did we get it right? How are you seeing this play out?
No, you guys pretty much kind of got it right as like to the point where, it was a joke. It wasn't meant as a joke for me or my husband though, because we didn't even show up to like the bridal shower. And we weren't even the ones who like brought my son home. It was actually my brother-in-law because he lives close to us. So he's like, hey, instead of you guys driving to the bridal shower, I'll just take the baby to you. And my brother-in-law was the one that's like, hey, did you guys put this on the baby? And me and my husband were like, what are you talking about? Because he had PJs over. And so we go and we like pull the baby's PJs down. I was like, what the heck is this? Like, we were so caught off guard. And we came to find out that the baby wasn't even supposed to come home in that shirt, that the baby was just supposed to wear it at the bridal shower. And then
Hide it
he was
from
supposed to get changed back. Yeah, but like the main like concern is, like we're always joking around with his aunt. Like I'm always like, I can be inappropriate with his aunt. Like we've joked around inappropriately. But when it comes to like a baby, like or kids, like I don't think it's okay to joke around, especially like with my kids. So I'm super protective. Like don't joke around inappropriately with, my kids. But if it's adults or other kids, I don't care. Like, yeah, it could have been a joke. But to me, I just wanted to be aware. That was my main concern.
Yeah.
And you saw that before when she kind of was not talking to you. Then you kind of realize like, maybe that's why she was ignoring me. But let me hit her up because we're cool like that. So you get on you get on the text with her, and then what happens?
So we already knew prior that there was going to be, quote unquote, like a big surprise because she texted like the group chat of everybody that's in the wedding party. She said, hey, everybody, there's going to be a big surprise. So a week before last weekend, I messaged her like individually on Snapchat and I said, hey, like what's the big surprise? Like, I'm not going, like, but I want to be nosy, you know, like, and no.
Yeah.
And I saw she opened it. She didn't respond. I messaged her on Instagram. She didn't respond. And that's really, really weird because she's never, ever not responded or anything. So I even asked my husband prior to the weekend. I was like, hey, like, is your aunt mad at me? Like, what's going on? What's going on? He's like, I don't know. Maybe, like, she's busy. She's probably just busy. So I even gave her, like, that benefit of the doubt. But then after, I was like, maybe that's why she didn't respond to me. So it did seem kind of like it was possibly done maliciously because maybe she did know, hey, she is going to be bothered, but, like, oh, let's just not tell her. And then her text response to me after I told her, like, hey, like, why didn't you come to me? I thought we were close. Like, I found this disrespectful. Her response was, oh, well, this is my house, and nobody can tell me what to do in my house. And if you have a problem with it, you should have taken your baby with you instead of leaving him.
Yeah.
Oh, that escalated.
Yeah, that may have been
Yeah.
low key the thing for her because she's the maid of honor, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And so
Yeah.
the maids of honors are tasked with making sure everything
Everything.
goes according to plan.
Yep.
The bachelorette, the baby shower. I mean, excuse me, the
That's
The
it.
bridal
wait, no,
shower.
bridal shower,
Bridal
all
shower.
of that.
Yeah.
So I don't know when she got hip to the fact that you guys were going to leave the baby with your mother-in-law, and your mother-in-law, that's her baby, that's her
Yeah, it's not
grandchild.
fair.
Of course, she's gonna love and say, hey, yeah, like you said,
Hello.
make Universal Studios about the oldest because it's his birthday. Leave me with the baby. I love it. That may not have been how the tia took it.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
may have impeded on her plans.
Yes. What kind of tia is this? Is this the tia that wears the leopard dress? Or like
Like the
Zebra?
fun one?
yeah, the zebra print dress?
No,
Is this the
she-
freaky tia?
She comes off like very modest, but on the DL, she's kind of freaky.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, hey.
So
Can we
maybe
get her
she
on the line?
wanted an actual stripper and you ruined her plans.
That's what I'm
and-
thinking.
Yeah, now there's a baby and there can't be a stripper.
Did
Yeah.
they have a
Yep.
stripper?
No, so the big surprise, what I found out initially, it was supposed to be my mother-in-law's fiance that was supposed to come and be like, I don't know what kind of stripper, but it was supposed to be him, but he decided last minute not to go.
How old are these
It's
people?
a weird family.
Yeah, how old is that dude?
My mother-in-law and her fiance are like 50, and then his aunt, my husband's aunt, is I think she's 45.
Okay.
All right.
It's not
Have they
old,
not-
you guys.
It's
They're
not-
not
It's
like
not
old
old
folks
enough.
home.
No.
Let them
Chill.
be.
I'm
There's
not
40
saying
and
it
50
is.
year olds listening to, or 50 and
No,
listening to us
this is
right
not
now.
They
old.
got the
That's
they
prime time.
they reached the cutoff, but like if it was
Reach
like
the cutoff of what?
if it was 60-year-olds, people, I don't even want to have this conversation. Like they no
Shout out to the
60-year-old.
60-year-olds that listen, by the way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I'm
All
not
up
talking
to
about
you.
that. I'm saying 60-year-old strippers should not exist.
Hey. Yes,
But
they should.
maybe they
Yes,
won't as long as viejos mañosos don't exist. But oh my gosh, you're all over.
I wouldn't mind.
And
Big
viejas
stripper.
operadas.
What?
All right. That was another homie Helpline.
Yeah.
Okay, baby girl Hailey. So you get on the line with her. She tells you that that it was her house, her plans. You stay out of it. You should have taken your kid. It seems like you mentioned, it went off on bad terms. You said that now she's going to the family. Who is the family? Is it your mother-in-law? Is it like other attendees? How is your mother-in-law taking all of this?
So my mother-in-law is actually siding with her, and I haven't talked to her. She hasn't texted
Oh.
me. And I found out that my mother-in-law is the one that is telling my brother and sister-in-laws that I'm wrong and that I'm overreacting and that it was just a joke and trying to turn them against me. So that's where I'm like, you guys don't want peace with me and you guys are just trying to be mad at me. And isn't my mother-in-law picking up the phone and saying, hey, you know, what happened, Mija? Like, I'm sorry. Like, I didn't think you guys would find this disrespectful. Like, it was no big deal. I would have been fine with his aunt if she responded like, oh, like, I'm sorry. Like, it was just supposed to be a joke. Like, blah, blah, blah. I would have been completely fine, dropped it right then and there. But then she went and got irrelevant. But with my mother-in-law, like, I'm even hurt with her, too, because if it was my party and I found out somebody got upset about something that happened there, I would pick up the phone and be like, hey, you know, what happened? Why are you upset? Instead of just listening to one side of the story that's false and that I said his aunt abused the baby and that I threatened her, when in our text messages, she can clearly read them herself and see I didn't do that. So you're listening to like this false narrative that's making me look like a bad guy when I'm like, I wasn't trying to have bad intentions by texting his aunt.
Yeah, those are crazy claims. I didn't
Yeah.
even
For sure.
know that part was part of it. But you definitely should not. I guess in those cases, would it help you to send screenshots of the actual conversation so whatever narrative is kind of being told about you, people see doesn't happen, it didn't happen?
Yeah, I mean, I could reach out to her too. It's just I feel like I'm already painted as like the bad guy and like they judge me based on my past because but like maybe 5 years ago, you couldn't have joked around with me at all. And I was a big hothead, but I've changed a lot. But I feel like they still judge me based on how I was back then. So even if I did send the text to my mother-in-law, she'd be like, well, you're still wrong for, texting my sister, and she never did anything wrong, and she had good intentions. And I'm like, I just don't want to make the situation even worse and have a bigger problem with my mother-in-law.
Right.
And then already seal the deal with, I'm not going to your wedding, because then that's going to cause my husband stress, and I don't want that friction with him either, and his mom.
How's your husband taking this situation? Like, what is his like response, or how does he feel?
He agrees with me as to the fact like we should have known, but he's more like he does not like confrontation.
Okay.
And he said too, like, yeah, like he agreed with me texting his aunt, but then after I sent the text, he's like, okay, maybe we should have talked to her in person because I think that she misinterpreted everything you said. So
That happens.
Yeah.
A
Especially
lot.
during text.
Yeah.
Especially
People get
through
petty
text.
in text and then block. And,
Yeah.
you can't block somebody in real life.
So if this,
in your face.
Well, you
so if they would have told you from the jump this was all just a joke, you would have been fine with it. Like you would have been like, oh, okay, well, cool, whatever. Like that's just funny. But
yeah, I even mentioned that in the text to his aunt. I said, if you would have asked me, prior, me and my husband probably just laughed it off and been like, no, or maybe we would have said yes. But
without the asking though, like as a prank, like if you just saw it like as a prank,
like
as
it
a joke,
already happened.
like it already happened. It's just a joke, a prank, boom, boom, boom. It would have been way different.
Oh, that's what
yeah,
happened.
like if she would have texted me after I texted her and said, oh, like, well, it was a prank to you too.
Yeah.
Like we were trying to play a joke and all that. Like nobody else saw the baby. Like we didn't make your baby the joke of the entire party. It was a joke to you.
Yeah.
That's a different story. Yeah, I wouldn't have been upset.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I get Hailey because it's like when it's your kid, you're
A little more overprotective.
You're very territorial. It's like, dude, don't give my kid a lollipop without my permission.
Yeah.
It's like to that point. And so for her to like not be in on it and then just find out at the last second. And I think Hailey, everybody's turning against you because of the timing. I think it's like you're trying to make this about you and this is my wedding and stuff like that. So you're at a disadvantage because everybody wants to just shun you out because it's not about you right now. It's about them. But you're right to feel the way you feel.
As a parent.
As a parent.
Yeah.
It's just inconvenient for them.
And it could be anything. Anybody else, like, let's say you don't give your kid soda and then they're at a party and they get soda and then you get upset. Everyone's going to be like, you're uptight. Like,
Yeah,
it's nothing
loosen up.
crazy. All of that. So whatever, I guess, standard you have set up in your home and your man's home is always going to be looked at like, bruh, it's not even that big of a deal.
Yeah.
So you got to be aware that that's like kind of what you're up against. I don't know. I don't know how you could have handled it any better, at least from what it seems you and your man discussed it. And clearly there's emotions involved. And your mother-in-law, her wedding's coming up, what, next month or in 2 months?
In July.
In July. All right.
Around the corner.
So I guess
Yeah.
your question is, should you go to the wedding? Should you let your man go alone? Should the stripper baby go? Are they involved in the wedding at all?
Yeah, both of my sons are supposed to be the ring bearers.
Oh,
Put him back in the
okay.
t-shirt. Let him walk down the aisle with the shirt on.
And they win the battle.
Yes.
Joke's on you.
Put your
Joke's
husband
on you.
Put your husband in the t-shirt.
Yeah.
Yes.
And also, I guess those claims of like, especially if you didn't make those claims that the tia is saying, that shows you a lot of personality too. And I would personally be afraid of something like that because anyone can say anything and say that it went like that without you, I guess, protecting yourself or saying here's what it really is. So that can get really tricky. Like we don't play around with certain words and things that may have been mentioned. So I'm just wondering if it's worth you really speaking, maybe putting the ego of like, yes, you were done wrong. Yes, we all agree. Like not that necessarily you were done wrong, but you should have been communicated to. You're right. You're right in that. However, there should be some kind of, let me put that to the side for now while we work it out with mom and while we work it out with knowing what they've said.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
Because otherwise they'd be like, I don't have to say anything. Look what they said about me.
Yeah.
But if your end goal is to have like a peaceful life or like some type of a family like
Unity.
getting along, you kind of gotta not even put into consideration the stuff that they've done since to make you feel bad. It's really weird, but
what did you
Uphill battle for sure.
What did she misinterpret as a threat?
because how she said, oh, this is my house and nobody's going to tell me what to do in my house. And if you didn't like it, you should have taken the baby. I said, well, yeah, like I get it's your house, but that's kind of weird that to think just because my son was in your house, you know, you could do whatever you want or expose him to anything or even put like that clothing on him without his mom and dad knowing. And so she took that as me saying that she abused the baby and me threatening her.
What? Oh, yeah, no. That's extreme.
Yeah.
She's just trying to, like, flip that and
trying to
like,
one-up you.
play the
Alright.
victim.
Yeah, let's help out Hailey, man. Okay, so Hailey she feels a way that during her mother-in-law's bridal shower, they put their child, Hailey and her man's child, in a stripper shirt. Your child is how old?
He's going to be 1 in like 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
Or a week.
Okay.
A 1-year-old.
Cute
Okay,
little baby.
a little baby in a stripper shirt. It seemed like a gag gift, but
Yeah.
I think more concerning to Hailey and her man is that they didn't want to tell them. And they were even like they weren't expecting for them to find out somehow or another.
Yeah.
Because they were trying to take away, like, give them back in pajamas and all of
How
that.
they got him.
But the brother-in-law's like, hey, did you guys let them put the stripper shirt on? It's kind of weird. And you're like, wait, what? So you try to hit up the aunt, try to be like, hey, you could have told me, we would have like worked something out. Just feels weird because that's my baby.
Yeah.
And like, not for nothing, but you didn't ask permission. And it's just, it could have been worked out.
Yeah.
And then you turned into like the devil in their eyes. Like,
Serio.
how dare she? You should have taken the baby with you if that was such an issue. And you were this, that, and the third for how you were in the past. And now it seems like everybody is on the tia and the your mother-in-law side. And you're wondering, should I go to the wedding?
Yeah.
Considering this tia clearly is going to be there. She's going to be the maid of honor.
Yeah.
And does that tia by any chance have any grandchildren?
No, she doesn't.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Hailey,
Give them the stripper shirts for the wedding.
Haley, do you
her
think
back.
your husband is tripping because you're tripping, or do you think he honestly
Like he was
feels
okay?
the same way, or is it more like he needs to back you up?
I think it's everything. Because sometimes he'll bring it up still. Like yesterday, he brought up like, oh, maybe we should have just waited to talk to my tia. We should have just waited. But then he'll tell me, no, you were right. You know, I don't appreciate that the baby was in that. I wish you would have told us. But then he doesn't like confrontation. He's always like, you know, that's my family. I don't want to be around with my family. I want to keep the peace. And I always tell him, well, you know, to keep peace, you got to get through the hard times and talk about things that bother you instead of, you know, letting it build up. And then, you know, people in his family have like exploded before because it's like you don't talk about your feelings and stuff that people bother you with.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
Yeah,
tell 'em-
keeping peace doesn't mean sweeping things under the rug. It definitely mean like I think people get misconstrued with peace doesn't equal no challenges. Peace equals you getting through the challenges together. You know?
have to go through war to get through peace.
That part. All right, let's go to Bianca in Baldwin Hills. Bianca, you have listened to us 3 days in a row, Bianca. I just want to give you your props. I love it.
Bianca is
all
a
the
P1.
time. I gotta chime in all the time, every morning.
Good
What's
morning.
up, Mamacita? Talk to us.
Honestly, Hailey, you being very ridiculous and overly too sensitive. No, seriously, overly too sensitive about a shirt, girl, that was supposed to be funny, and you just being too sensitive about nothing. And do yourself a favor, don't even show up to the wedding because your husband's side of the family is really gonna fight you because you're really tripping about nothing. And I bet you your husband is not even tripping as hard as you is.
Yeah.
You just trying to find something to be mad about. Your baby wasn't harmed. None of that. Like, it's other things going on in the world with people doing things to kids, and you worrying about your baby having on a shirt that was supposed to be funny. Like, girl, get over it. It's not a big deal. Like, I feel like she's really being overly sensitive and ridiculous about it, honestly.
Bianca, so should she go to the wedding or not?
No, she don't need to. She don't need to go to the wedding because the husband's side of the family is gonna eyesight her because she's turning. She should find something so little, and she's basically trying to make it be bigger than what it is. Honestly, if that was the case, if she do feel a certain way about, you know, they putting on the t-shirt on the baby, I feel like the husband needs to address
And the one
it.
that said it,
But
yeah.
if he's not addressing it, then for him it's like, you know, for him I don't feel like he's finding it a big deal because I been listening and I heard her say what she said or whatever. I honestly feel like he's not even finding it a big deal. Anything, he probably laughing in the inside like that look, he kind of was funny, like, you know. But then again, like Greg said, I think that was Greg. One of the guys asked her like, how do your husband feel about it? Like, is he backing you up on it? Yeah, he just backing her up because, of course, that's what a husband's supposed to do.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But low-key, he's not tripping on it like how she's tripping on it. And she shouldn't find it such a big deal. Like, it was just a funny shirt, girl. You were supposed to walk in and was supposed to bust out laughing on the floor. Like,
Right.
I think it's because she wasn't in on it. She had a problem.
Yeah, she was a
It
surprise.
wasn't communicated.
That's what she mentioned, Bianca, and I don't want to lose sight of that because I think we're doing what the family's doing.
Yeah.
Is the fact like they would have laughed along with the joke. I guess it's the principle of not being told that you're gonna do something with my kid, and then when I reach out to you like, hey, just communicate next time.
They were supposed to tell her that they was gonna put on a funny shirt. Like they were supposed to tell her that.
They would have appreciated if the tia did tell her that,
No,
and I don't see.
Yeah, because what she said is that the only reason she found out was because somebody told them, and that's how they found out. It wasn't ever a joke to them.
I thought she said
Like
she was
for-
changing her.
No, yeah, she took off the jacket,
The
or whatever,
pajamas.
and
Yeah,
seen
the pajamas.
the pajamas, and then seen the shirt
Seen
under.
the shirt.
Oh, Hailey, please get over it.
Bianca.
Your baby is loved. You was able to find a babysitter so you could take your older son out. Like, girl, get over it. It's long.
That's true.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah,
true.
Yeah.
Free babysitter.
You sound just like the family. You do.
Bianca, you're part of the family.
I'm fighting with the family side.
Bianca, you have kids?
Hey, and kudos to the auntie for not responding back because I wouldn't have responded back to your text either, honestly.
She did respond back. She said, "Come get it back and do it." yeah. She said, "This is my house, my rules. If
I
you
do
didn't
what I
like it, you
want."
should have taken your baby." She went in on her too.
She went in on her.
Oh yeah. I'm definitely kudos to the auntie because I think I would have responded the same thing too. My house, my rules. Period. Exactly.
So your advice to our homegirl Hailey is
Don't show up to the wedding because the family is gonna side-eye you. So do yourself a favor and don't even show up.
there you
Okay.
go.
Appreciate you,
Don't
Bianca.
go.
Bianca.
Then don't go. That's it. I say no buts. Don't go. Okay.
Don't go.
Bianca's she's laid the law.
Yeah, don't mess with Bianca.
All right.
You don't want the eye side.
Side eye.
Nina.
side-eye, yeah.
Nina in Norwalk. Nina, what's up, Nina?
Good morning, Brown Bag. Good morning.
Morning.
Hi,
Morning.
Nina.
Morning.
Talk to us.
How's everyone? I
Good.
listen to you guys every morning on my way to work,
Hey.
and I love you guys. I love all the conversation, and I'm so glad to be on.
Appreciate
She's so
you.
happy.
Yeah.
Let's go, Nina. I appreciate you listening. We love that you listen.
Yes.
Let's get into the homie
I love
helpline.
it.
So let me reset
Okay.
to you real quick, baby girl. So we have Hailey. Hailey and her man were taking their older son to Universal Studios for his birthday. They have a 1-year-old as well, or about to be one. And his grandma, her mother-in-law, was like, just leave him at my house. Yeah, we're doing my bridal shower, but this is my baby. He can come over, whatever.
Yeah.
So he's like, I want this day to be about my older grandchild. You guys have fun.
Yep.
So they go to Universal Studios. Then the brother-in-law brings the younger baby from the bridal shower and is like, hey, did you guys let them put this shirt on the baby? And they're like, no, what's up? And then I guess under the pajamas, they saw that they had put a stripper shirt on the baby, and it was this gag gift that was really funny at the bridal shower. So she's like, oh, that's kind of weird that they didn't tell us, and they low-key tried to hide it, and it's a little bit off. Let me hit up the maid of honor / tia that I'm cool with. Hey, can you tell me about this next time, because it just feels really weird to just see it.
Right.
What you should have, if you cared so much, you should have taken the baby with you, not have brought him here. It was get over all of that.
Yeah.
And so now it's a whole drama.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, that's wrong. I feel like it's wrong, and I feel like the grandma, honestly, is the husband's mom.
Yeah.
She should have some respect for her daughter-in-law. First of all, because that is her son's wife, and she should be having her back. But it's wrong, and I could say my husband. Getting back to the last caller, she doesn't understand to have a husband that, my husband, he just doesn't like confrontation either. And I've been with him since he was 18 and I was 22. I'm 55 now. And he's just not a confrontational guy. He never was. He didn't ever want to stir, problems in his family. And even though, they were very,
strong-willed his family, I would always be like, say something, and he never would say anything. And I could relate to Hailey, and it's the bottom line. It's her child, and even if we think it's too much or whatever, that's her child, and they should respect that. And he probably doesn't want to stir up any problems, but even though he probably doesn't think it's right. And so the mother-in-law, she should have her son and her daughter-in-law's back in this situation, and tell her sister, you know what, maybe we overdid it, or you overdid it, or whoever, it was wrong. It was wrong.
They may be having that convo too, but then also be like, "No, I don't care. It was your It's right now. It's a pride war. Again, it's gone past the kid with the that everybody loves. And by the way, if that kid's not one yet, it's about to turn one, and then the whole who goes to that party. Oh,
you're
the
right.
So all the homie Helpline.
There's just gonna be so much things of going on. But you would say, Nina, is like, I don't know, maybe get with your husband and have him kind of step in at this point. Him even being like, yeah, maybe we should have waited, or yeah, you should text her. It should have been like, all right, let me say something.
Yeah, let me step
up. If he also felt that way, I also am married to somebody that doesn't like confrontation. I work with these fools, and I can see it. They don't like confrontation, and they'd rather be like, let's just not talk about it. Let's just pretend it didn't happen. Let's just move forward than address something. And I think it's like more of like a girl thing to be like, no, let's talk about it, or let's fix it so that it doesn't happen again. And the guys are like, no,
man, no confrontation.
And it might just be a thing
for men,
but it's now I guess because it's a thing, it's even more important that the guy does the stepping up. And it is going to be uncomfortable, but it's very important, because once you do, then I think it's now going to be less of who does she think she is, and more of like, oh, okay, my son, I get it.
Yeah,
for sure. At least for the grandma.
Yeah, exactly. Like, get the grandma and his wife together, and then he needs to lead the conversation and say, hey, you know what, Mom, this is wrong. You need to understand. And I say he does it before the wedding, because I say she should go to the wedding with her husband, so that everyone could see my husband if he's supporting me. Because if she doesn't go, then it's going to be like, oh, she didn't come. Look, he came without her. So they should go together as a family. Yeah, as a family, united, supporting each other with their child, as a strong family.
And now,
so they should pull up.
Yeah, you know what?
She feels stressed
Homie
out.
Helpline after.
The family's gonna roast him so bad. They're gonna be like, bro, you're so soft now. She turned you into a softie because now you have to talk about it.
That's such like a catch 2020.
What do you mean?
For sure.
Catch 22, yeah.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
I was like, wait, what?
Okay, do you know what Catch 22 is?
No.
See, you didn't even like me there.
That's a club like in Pomona, isn't it?
No.
No.
No. It's like
You're
damned
thinking-
if you do, damned if you don't. Yeah. Like, no matter which way you go, you're not ending up winning.
Yeah. The family's gonna look at him and be like, bro, she got you over here making a scene out of this.
And you know what? Like,
it's already a scene.
We also don't know, like, the past, right? Where she said, 5 years ago, I was a hothead.
Yeah.
So maybe there was things happened 5 years ago, and now it's rehashing their thing. Yeah, it's the reference that
Y'all
they're
ain't
going.
the same like you were 5 years ago?
To her, 5 years. It was 5 years ago. To them, it was like 2 years ago.
It was like a week ago.
Yeah, but that's maybe their last experience with her. They're not with her to see like the progress. And
yeah, exactly.
For sure.
No, I think they should pull up, man. They should pull up.
I think so too, because at the end of the day, she's gonna show up for the mother or the mother-in-law. It's not like she's going for the tia.
The mom-in-law's matter.
It's gonna make more.
But she's talking to her a little more.
Yeah, it's gonna make more pleito. Like, damn, and she didn't even come to the
That's
wedding.
what I'm
she
thinking.
Was so mad.
Like, she's still mad and she didn't show up. Who
she
does
was
she
so
think
mad.
she is?
Yeah, she made such a big deal out of it.
And then all there's gonna be, she has the audacity to still come to this wedding.
That's great.
Yeah, I still got an invite, don't I?
We paid for your plate.
Look at
Yeah.
her.
Nah, they better pull up. They better pull up in Greg's bike.
Eating the food
Take
I
it out
paid
the
for.
shed. Take it out the shed.
I don't think they should pull up to the wedding until they talk to them.
That's
I don't think the next time that you see them should be the wedding, because now it's another day of the mom that you're ruining.
Oh, yeah.
Nah, talk to them right there after a couple
You
of
got
drinks.
2 months.
That's the smartest
Ask
thing
the
to
mom to meet up. Like,
Use
They
the
sh-
baby's
That's not gonna happen.
birthday.
They should all. Sorry, go ahead.
Use the baby's birthday so you can actually talk to them.
which baby? The stripper? Candy?
Yeah.
Or
They-
What's
Yeah.
the stripper baby?
They should all pull up in stripper shirts to have this conversation.
Prove a point.
I think it's just not gonna. Nobody's gonna win because you're going ego for like the ego is so high all around. From
Yeah.
the family
Yeah.
to her. Because she even knows that she could be that person.
Yeah.
From 5 years ago, she's
Yeah.
like,
She
no,
knows
I'm
she
going
could
to
bring it back. Yeah,
bring
the
this
Hulk is
back.
still in there.
Yeah.
Yes. But I don't want to, but I'm going to bring it back. But
You can bring it back.
I don't think it's not going to get fixed. It's
Yeah,
going to get
or
pushed under the rug.
Plan a meeting to get over this situation at a strip club.
Yeah, they should go. All the ladies should go to Thunder Down Under together.
Haley, I know you're listening. we'll make sure you get Magic Mike.
Magic Mike.
Yeah.
Take them all.
Yeah.
The little
To
kid is
Vegas?
Magic Mike.
Aw, poor
See
little
how
baby.
weird that is?
Chill. That was a lot.
See
that was
how
a lot.
weird that is?
That was
Yeah,
so
it's
weird.
weird.
Like
Yeah,
that?
I don't like it.
Then why'd you say it?
No, that's what they were doing.
The Homie Helpline.